family and friends, and welcome back to our video. My name is Melinda.
And my name is Christopher.
And on our channel, we discuss topics of Disney-related things. We unbox Disney-related things. Stuff? Yeah, Disney stuff. Neat stuff. And we also take you along on our trips. Those are a hoot.
If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. As you saw in our vlogs at the park, we took my mother.
Yes.
And
it was a hoot.
It was a dilemma on what to take. Do we take a wheelchair or a rollator? An electric scooter was totally out of the question because my mom can't really, she's not the best driver as is. So, tooling around in the park.
We love you, Jeanette.
No, my biggest thing is putting that dumb thing on the bus.
What, the scooter?
The scooter. Have you ever seen somebody put a thing on a bus? I would be the one in there trying to get on the bus, and I didn't want to do that. Anyhow, so we came up with a little list of things.
Pros and cons.
The differences about the advantages of a wheelchair over a rollator, or maybe one is better than the other. So up next, that's what we're going to discuss. Welcome back, family and friends. Let's get this discussion over the wheelchairs started.
Yes.
Okay. Our first one, at least to me, it was easier for a group to take along with a group because, sounds terrible, but you can push, I could push my mother.
Let's go.
and my mom, I love my mom, and I do it too. Mm-hmm. I love to look at stuff. Mm-hmm. But when you have a schedule to keep, it was easier just to push and there it is, Mom, and you know, that kind of thing. So to me, it's easier for a group if you're trying to do something.
Yeah. To
push somebody along in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be, now correct me if I'm wrong, it would be more comfortable for said person in a wheelchair than with a rollator, because a rollator, you're still walking 10, 20 miles a day.
But you're only taking 10 steps at a time, and then you got to sit.
Yeah.
And then you sit, and you got to find a nice little spot to sit. Then you just want to keep on sitting. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, Jeanette did good. She only did the rollator whenever we went park hopping to the Riviera. And after that, we said, no more rollator. Because it was just... Did she take it to the Riviera?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, remember we were on the Skyliner with it? In the gondolas?
What, were we?
Yeah, and I was folding it up best I could and carrying it onto the Skyliner. Okay. Now, a disadvantage of a wheelchair?
Pushing it.
Well, yeah, that one was... I mean, I'm 6 foot, and I was like...
just pushing it.
Dragging my knuckles on the ground, holding the... Anyway.
His daughter was a real trooper. She pushed Jeanette.
Yeah, she pushed Grandma a lot.
Almost the whole time. Because pushing her is... I mean, we love you, and we push you any time of the day, but it was just hard. Like, to me it was hard, because here's Chris with his little do-do-do-do-do going around the camera, and Allie's pushing her, I'm pushing, and it's like...
I pushed.
But he's over there do-do-do-do with the camera.
Well, you didn't take it.
No, because I wanna get something totally different. I wanna get a
gimbal?
A gimbal. Once I get a gimbal, then you guys are gonna get some good footage. But anyways, back to...
The disadvantage of a rollator, I think, personally, it would be harder to... You're not pushing it. Walking with a rollator?
Oh, she wanted us to push her while she's...
In crowds. I think it would be harder in a big crowd like Disney World with a rollator than a wheelchair.
Well, yeah. Because
with a wheelchair, at least, well, people, if they're observant, which a lot of them aren't, but they see a wheelchair, you know, but with somebody walking, you can't tell that they have a walker in front of them. So they may tend to cut that person off or something like that. Yeah,
that's why we wouldn't do the rollator in the parks with her. Because...
Yeah. Because, well, the main reason was it's walking so much, and my mom isn't... She tried. Bless her old heart. She tried. She walked as much as she could she knew she was going, so she would try to walk around the block, or she'd go up and down the steps in her house to try to get ready. But, we tried to tell her, Mom, it's pretty big. But
yeah, she thought it was like Disneyland.
I used to live out in California. I used to live a couple miles from Disneyland, so my mom knows Disneyland, one park. That's all it was. She didn't know how big Disney World was, and she didn't know it was park here, park there, was a park way over there, was a park. She didn't know that, so she wasn't prepared for that. Now she is. So, can you think of anything?
For what? Pros for
either or. What would be good for a wheelchair? What's the advantage of a wheelchair?
Well, the advantage is like you can just take her and go. That's an advantage.
Another big advantage of a wheelchair, it's cheaper than a scooter.
Yeah, especially if you bring it from home, it's really cheap. But
if you fly,
then we're gonna have to do. Next time we take her down, we would have to take a scooter.
We'd have to rent one down there.
We're not gonna take it. We're gonna rent one.
Yeah, we're gonna rent one down there.
So she's gonna be driving, cause I'm not. I love you, but yeah, no.
Now the rollator is easier to get in the room than a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And the rollator was easier in elevators. As opposed to the wheelchair, I had to...
Yeah, because she can just sit down while she was on the elevator.
Well, not only just to get in, it was easier.
Yeah.
And then if there was...
Because a wheelchair, you have the pedals and everything on there.
If it was crowded, if the elevator was crowded.
Right. And a lot of people, they don't, even whenever you're pushing somebody in a wheelchair, they're still, like, really close. Like, they still zoom in front of you. That's why your mom was going, I'm going to scoop you.
If you heard her.
Yeah. And she'll tell them if they're too close. So that was good. We was going to put a horn on the wheelchair, but we're like, no. Thank God we didn't, because she would be honking that horn the whole time.
No, the wheelchair. I consider the wheelchair like a stroller because...
You can put stuff on her.
What?
Buy stuff. We did have a bag on the back of the wheelchair.
But no,
she did hold a lot of stuff.
Because you could park it
in
the stroller parking.
That was nice.
And to me, that was much easier than a rollator.
Right. And there's different places down at Disney that you can rent wheelchairs and the scooters. I have all that information. You can just put that down below.
You have the information?
I have that information because I was looking that up prior to our trip back in March. And yeah, because we took everything. That was a pain too, taking the rollator and a wheelchair.
If you drive down...
It was in a van. Yeah,
we drove about 17 hours down. We were packed in that van.
Yeah.
You had the wheelchair, rollator, things here. So we took out one seat of the van, had all that packed. Then the kids, trying to get in the back seat. Grandma here, and stuff. It was a pain.
So my suggestion, if you're debating on a wheelchair or a rollator, if whoever your loved one, if they are still walking and they can still walk a good bit, take the rollator, because it's just, if they can walk, let's just say if they can walk at least like a mile without even going or anything like that, the rollator would be good, because if they're there the whole day, that would be great. But the wheelchair is for someone that really can't make the distance, that will only walk maybe
like my mom.
A few steps. Yeah.
My mom she walks a little too far, she's got to stop, she got to sit down, so the rollator wouldn't work out.
I would suggest a wheelchair. Now, we don't know too much about the scooters, but I'm sure we will. But yeah, if that's someone that is totally cannot get around and they still want to go to Disney, then yeah, a scooter. But we did see in the park people having scooters that did not have a disability. They were just switch it off.
You can't say they don't, because I have a bad back.
Well, okay, but...
And it's hard for some, if I say...
I understand that, but it's like...
But yeah, when you see a big brawny guy sitting in a wheelchair, and he's sitting there for 5 minutes, he gets up, gets out, and then somebody else sits there, and then he walks away.
Yeah.
Then it's like, light bulb.
Yeah, it's like they rode... And I mean, I understand that. Everybody's tired, and plus... Okay, so, but to go back... So if somebody in your family does need something more than a wheelchair, then a scooter is ideal. And even if you have a problem trying to get it up, if you're on Disney property and getting it up the ramp to park it on one of the Disney buses, the drivers, they are so helpful. Like, they'll even guide you up and park you and put the belt and everything on there. So, I mean, that's but
now,
yeah.
I was told, if you know, let us know down below, please, because next time we probably will be getting a scooter. But I was told you can take your rollator to like customer service of the park and rent a wheelchair or a scooter, and they will hold on to your rollator and hold it there until you return and come back and bring back the scooter or the whatever. And then, now that I don't know if that's true, so please let me know down below if you can do that. Like, you can wheelchair up to the customer service, rent the scooter, they'll take your wheelchair, park it wherever they park it, you bring the scooter back at the end of the day, and then you get your wheelchair back, and then back to the Skyliner, the bus, or what have you. So if you know, please let us know, because we'll probably be getting a scooter
the next
time we go down with my mom, because my mom's already called me and said, hey, when am I going down again?
And I know what's going to happen whenever she goes down on a scooter. She's going to take off.
Yeah.
Like, and she's not going to know. She's going to go so fast, and then she's just going to lose us in the crowd.
Well, you can adjust the speed.
Yeah, you can, but she's going to be looking at all kinds of stuff, and she's just going to go towards wherever she wants to go. But that'll be a totally different video. Way down the road next time we go. Next time we take her to Disney. So yeah. I think that's it.
That sounds it for me.
Yeah, that was a hard thing because we really didn't know.
Yeah, it was our first time taking a wheelchair and a rollator, and
we learn.
We learn.
Yeah. So we're just trying to spread our knowledge.
Yeah, we're trying to spread knowledge. If you're thinking
about
it helps,
taking a wheelchair or a rollator. Just whatever. Take it as it is.
I don't know how a walker would do. A walker.
Oh, I wouldn't want to walk because you would have to lift.
You have them little skis on there. And I don't.
The rollator is the best. It's like the Cadillac of all walkers. So
that's the video.
Yes.
If you like the video,
thanks for watching.
If you like the video, thanks for watching it. Give us that thumbs up.
Yes.
If this is helpful, if you think it'll help somebody, share the video. Subscribe down below. We'd love to have you come along, be part of our family.
Yes.
Click that little bell and click the little all. That way,
little notification. It has little lines around it.
That'll let you know when we put out another video. And remember, until next video, you're never too old
to be young. We'll see you next time.